Welcome to Chatting with A Lorelai. And yes, my name is Alexis Lorelai, and if you're wondering was I named after Gilmore Girls, the answer is yes. Actually, fun fact is Alexis came from Alexis Bledel, who played Rory Gilmore, and then of course Lorelai came from just like their characters. But I always say this, because I go to a lot of Comic-Cons and a lot of cons and I meet a lot of other celebrities, I definitely would say it's scary. I wonder how creepy that would be, because not only would I show up with my name being Alexis, it would also be like Lorelai. And it's just kind of like, I just wonder how weird and creepy that is that you are named after, like, not only the character that they played, but also her. It's just weird, okay? Also, did Alexis came from Lex Luthor, because my dad wanted to be his little Lex Luthor. So there's that. But basically, yes, welcome to my podcast. This is just going to be my podcast channel where I'm going to post once a week. It's just basically going to see, and there's like no set date, no set time. It's just depending on the week, is going to be depending on when I post and all that stuff, because the week is going to get busy, especially because it's a school year. It's kind of the beginning of the school year, and not. It is. I'm still cannot believe, because when I'm filming this, it's only gonna, like, I'm entering my third week of school. It doesn't feel like it's been 3 weeks. It feels like it's been like 5 months already, but it's okay. But we also enter into September and to the burn months, because now I think the time's gonna go a teeny tiny bit faster, hopefully, because definitely when August and November hits, that's when it goes super fast. And then it just basically doesn't slow down from there, and it's fun for that. But basically, I still cannot believe it's been like, how, like, I sit there and go like through the week, and it's like, how has it only been like this many days of school? But whatever. Okay, so basically, if you guys do not know me, this is my second YouTube channel. This is me, my podcast channel, and then I actually have a regular channel, which is my main channel, which is Cheer Nerd. On there, I post, so if you like book content, like Funko Pops, vlogs, driving, just basically everything on there. Because basically I do everything on that channel. Like I do taste testing, perfume videos, I do vlogs, I do just so much. So basically, if you like that stuff, go over there, make sure you subscribe. So basically, I try to post at least every Friday and Saturday. My shorts, those I've been trying to at least do once a week, but they just don't come to be as that. I'm sure. Nope. Okay. So I try to at least post a short once a week or like twice a week. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. Again, it just depends on the week. I do know I'm more active during the summer or when I have like school off, because again, I can put my time focus onto like, my social media and stuff instead of school. But hey, you know what? It's cool. Alright, let's talk about a couple things. So basically, this channel, or what's going to be this podcast, is about just going to be me talking about my week, talking about what's currently happening in sports. Definitely, because the NFL season's coming up, you're definitely going to go a lot of NFL seasons, and you're guys going to get. I should have filmed my reaction to Micah Persha. So if you don't know, this Friday, so basically I'm filming this September 1st, and the Friday, it was all everywhere that Micah Persha got traded from the Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers. Here's the thing. I know that he didn't want to be there. I know that it was just basically something where he wasn't going to perform anyway, as well that he just wasn't going to be performing at all this season if we did keep him. It just kind of sucks, because there's no way we're going to be able to go to the Super Bowl, and I just want to go. I want to see the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. I wish I was alive during that part. And I said this, and I was with my dad and my mom going, you guys had the best childhood on where you guys had actually good shows, good movies. You guys saw sports be fun. You guys saw the Cowboys win Super Bowl after Super Bowl. You guys it was so much fun. Like, you guys had all this fun things, and what do we get? We get social media stuff, fake stuff. We can't believe things anymore, and basically every single movie content I've like seen multiple times, or friends, or just whatever. So it basically kind of sucks, and that I'm just so sad, I just didn't live through that time. I think that would be such a fun time to be a kid during the 80s and 90s, and especially being a teen. I think that would be so pretty fun. But I did live through the 2010. Okay, but that's just basically what it is. But Michael Persa got traded. He was number 11. I know I say his name wrong, so I'm so sorry I say his name wrong, but he got traded. And then I also saw this thing, and I don't think it's real. I know it's fake, but if it is real, maybe the Cowboys can do better. Because here's the thing. Jerry Jones did good in the beginning. The thing is he let his ego get too ahead of him. So I heard, or I saw this thing that Jerry Jones is actually going to be, like, apparently being let go from the Cowboys organization now because he owns it. He's general manager and stuff. I don't think that's going to happen. I, would like to see maybe it in someone else's hands, and maybe someone else who has a better idea and bigger and better. I mean, he's been doing it, and again, training people from day one. But I still can't believe you basically traded a best linebacker for not only a defense tackle but for 2 first-round picks. That just it just doesn't make sense to me. Where is that brain? Jerry was smart in the beginning of it because he knew what he was doing and he kind of had it up, but now he just has no idea. It just I don't know. It a little sucks. But speaking of the Cowboys are playing this Thursday, September 4th, against the Eagles. Here's the thing. The preseason didn't go as well for us. We ended up 1-2. Basically, we won 1 game, and that was our last game against, I think, the Falcons, and then we lost against the LA Rams and the Ravens. We're going up against the Super Bowl champion. The Super Bowl champion, the reigning champs. I don't know what we're going to do. We're also going to go against, I think, the Chiefs. I think our thing this year is not good. It is also definitely, I have to say, this is the most interesting thing, is I love sports. By the way, I've always loved some sort of sports. And also, by the way, that is what you're going to be getting also throughout this podcast. If you feel lost, that is okay, because there's going to be times where you will be lost, and you'll be rewinding and going, did I miss something? And no, you did not miss anything. But here is our schedule. It needs to be, I thought we were going against the Chiefs. I swear we were going against the Chiefs. But, let me look. That was maybe a website thing energy. So let me actually find the one from the actual, Cowboys website. Cowboys, schedule. Let's see. So, okay. Week 1 on September 4th, we are going against the Eagles. Again, we have no shot there. We're going against the Giants. Let's see how I don't know how the Giants did in, I don't know how good the Giants did in their, preseason. So let me figure that out. Okay. Nope. Okay. It looks like in the Giants preseason, they went, so they played a game, what? Oh, so their first in-season game, okay, whatever. So it looks like the Giants did pretty well in the preseason. They won all 3 games, so we're going to be cooked there. We're going to see how they do against the Commanders. I mean, the Giants are going up against the Commanders for week 1, so that's not going to be good. Okay. I want Cowboys. Okay. Then the Cowboys. Okay. So for week 1, we're going against the Eagles. Week 2, Giants. Week 3, Bears. Week 4, Packers. This is, again, the team that Michael Persa got traded to. He also is going to wear the number 1. So we're going to see that. And we're going to see him play there. Cannot wait to, watch the game. So basically, the Giants game is September 14th. That's a Sunday. Then September 21st is against the Bears. And September 28th is against the Packers. And then October 5th is against the Jets. October 12th is against the Panthers. October 19th is against the Commanders. October 26th is against the Broncos. I should just say week. So week 1, Eagles. Week 2, Giants. Week 3, Bears. Week 4, Packers. Week 5, Jets. Week 6, Panthers. Week 7, Commanders. Week 8, Broncos. Week 9, Cardinals. Week 10, Raiders. Week 11, Eagles. Week 12, Chiefs. Week 13, Lions. Week 14th, Vikings. Week 15, I think, Chargers. And then back again, week 16th, the Commanders. And then, depending on how well we do, is depending if we play the Giants on January 4th. This is basically a very heavy lineup. The Eagles were screwed. Giants, again, depending on how they play. I don't know how good they have. The Bears, let's see how the Bears are doing. And it looks like it's going to be at home. Actually, I might be wrong. I remember what it is. I forget how they put it. So, I think if it's on top, then it's at home. And then if it's, let me see, because I know one game. So if your team is on, what? Oh. If your team is on the top, that means it's away. And if your team is on the bottom, that means it's home. So basically, away for the first week, at home for the Giants, away for the Bears. Siblings are sometimes annoying because they just basically just start coming into your room whenever they feel like it. Okay, so for their preseason, let's see what that is. Their preseason, the Bears went 3. And they went against the Chiefs. Wow, okay. Actually in the preseason, they went 3 because they also tied the Dolphins, but they beat the Bears, or they beat the Bills by 38. The Bills got 0. And then they beat the Chiefs from 27-29. Dear God. Oh boy. Okay, so we're going to be cooked. And then, let's see. So we had the Bears. Then next we got, I hate this thing. Okay. Then we have the Packers. They probably are doing well too, especially now. And I think this one's at home, so that's going to be fun. Michael first gets to go back home. So for the preseason, they lost. So they went 2-1. So they lost against the Jets, but then they won against the Colts and the Seahawks. Again, fun teams. See, why do some of these teams get really bad? Okay, I'm actually not going to look up every single one because that's going to take too much time. But let's just say the Cowboys are cooked this season. So basically another rebuilding year. Hopefully next year they can actually get people and get draft picks that actually are going to help us win. I still cannot believe that. Also, Jerry Jones, please. Just, please, Jerry, please stop getting your ego just ahead of you. Please, and think of your team. Think of it, because in the beginning, in the 90s and 80s, when you bought the team originally, Jerry, you were smart, you were a brilliant man. You brought in Jimmy Johnson. Bring in a coach like Jimmy Johnson again that's actually going to help you guys win. The reason why you won the last Super Bowl that you did in the 90s was because you had the kind of like that team that remembered Jimmy Johnson. You had that team and had that work ethic, please. But I still don't believe that they're going to let Jerry go because, Jerry is, the head manager. He's the head everything. Which I think is insane that they let that happen. But basically, and it's also funny how they say week 10 is the bye week, or the bye week, because it pretty much is. It's really bad. Anyway, that's what it is. But let's also talk about this week. I'm so excited. So, this week is coming up to be the premiere of the final Conjuring. So, it's also going to be sucks because on that Thursday as well as when the Cowboys play, I don't know what time. I know what time the Cowboys play. I want to watch the game, but I'll probably watch the highlight reels. The Conjuring is going to premiere, and I think I'm going to go to the premiere of that, so go subscribe to my new channel to stay tuned for that short, because I always do a short on my premieres, on the popcorn bucket I get, and all that stuff, but just stay tuned to that, and also it looks like if my dad ends up getting the IMAX, which I need to tell him, then we can get a collector poster, and I really would like that. So let's see if my dad can do that. It is also interesting, I have actually got my license. Really cool, right? Well, I somehow had not gone to a movie yet. I was driving around today, but I was also thinking about going to Weapons, which I kind of want to see that movie. But the thing is I think I might go see, because also for me in movies, I don't really need food, and like I really don't need a popcorn, candy. I just need, or soda. I really can just basically go into a movie without anything and be perfectly fine. I did, however, this weekend see Fantastic Four. I was really mad at that. When Fantastic Four came out, my dad went to saw it without me. I was really mad. I told him multiple times that I wanted to see that with him, but he saw it without me. So finally, my dad rewatched it, and he went back to the movies and watched it for the second time, so I can rewatch it for the first time. Honestly, I like the Fantastic Four. It was like a nice, sweet, short, like 1.5 hour movie. Basically, you got the plot. There was no build up with the baby. There was no just anything. It was, here's like the stuff. And honestly, it definitely was definitely more than what I thought. I did think the ending of the baby, I thought there was going to be something stupid, like the baby was going to cry and then the mom was going to wake up, or just all that stuff. I thought that was going to be something stupid. But, still don't understand why you put the baby on the dead wife. But, hey, you know what? That's to you. I still understand that. But I liked Fantastic Four. I do like Marvel movies. It is very interesting to me is how I can watch a Marvel movie once. It definitely is interesting, definitely very weird, but, hey, I can watch only one Marvel movie. But, anyway. It's just, it's just interesting. Or, also, okay, but, yeah, it's just, also interesting. Also, for me, am I just, the only one who, it is so tough for them to rewatch certain things? I can rewatch Stranger Things, I can rewatch Friends, I can rewatch Harry Potter, some movies, the Conjuring movies and stuff. But some of these newer movies, I just cannot rewatch. It's so just weird, because I can rewatch, older movies and older stuff that have, old bad stuff. But, I don't know, it just, for me, I think one time is going to just see. But anyway, I hope to see if we can get that and be fun. I do love horror movies, though, and it also is becoming the thing of October. And for some reason, when this happens, my sister gets very scared. And Halloween Store. Spirit of Halloween is definitely one of those interesting things, because I always hate it to where me and my sister can never have that scaring. Okay, let me rephrase that. My sister can scare me as much as she wants. I can't scare her, or otherwise I get in trouble. Because there was a video I did, and it got views. Don't know why we've gone back after those views, and somehow my parents have not let me scare my sister again. But I scare my sister with a dead skeleton spiders. She's terrified of spiders. I'm scared of spiders. The real ones, okay, not the fake ones, but she is terrified of fake spiders. So, you know what? That might be what I need to do, is put that on my door to keep her out. But anyway, we went to Spirit of Halloween, and I scared her. So if you want to go see the video again, that's going to be on my YouTube. It is very funny, okay? You can also laugh at my laugh. My laugh is very funny. I don't know why I can't laugh. She was also crying at the end, which was also very funny. But it is totally sucks. But during this time of year, my sister gets very jumpy, and it gets very annoying because you cannot walk in a store, you cannot walk anywhere without my sister being very scared. It's very tiny bit annoying, okay? Just suck it up, okay? Plus, I probably made an oopsie where I watched The Conjuring. I'm so sorry that I watched The Conjuring. I will never watch The Conjuring ever again, apparently. But I don't understand. It was on a movie, it was on a show, I wanted to watch it, it was on. I don't get it. My sister is so my sister's so weird, because you just don't know, she's gonna be scared or she's not gonna be scared. And it's just like, it's one of those things. Plus, she just goes to mom all the time and like goes, "Mommy," you know. That's fun with younger siblings, right? The eldest is always has to deal with the one with their drama. I always realize this, the oldest one is always like kind of like the mom, or depending on like what she, like the, even for the guys, like you always do something. Like for me, when I was my sister's age, I was doing the dishes, laundry, I was doing like certain things, and you know, learning how to work, earning money, and my sister basically does nothing. You know, she's going to argue with that, but she does nothing. Okay. Let's talk about reading, because that is also what I like to do. So basically on this podcast, we're going to be talking about some books that I didn't talk about in videos, or some books or videos that I'm doing. So for right now, I'm currently reading, basically getting in the mood for fall. I do this for summer. I always read like some of the books to get into the mood of summer, but I've never done it for like fall, winter, or anything else. So this year I'm going to be trying to do it for like all the different seasons. So I'm going to be reading winter books, horror books, probably spring books, and just kind of stuff like that. But right now I'm reading The Cinnamon Bookstore by Laura Gilmore. This is the second book in the Dream Billionaire series. What's Dream Harbor series? I do have to say, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is the first one, I read it. I liked it. It was definitely something you can read just to get into a nice fall mood. But basically, you definitely hear a lot of mixed reviews on it. I think it's just a cute little fall book. I mean, there's nothing, it's just basically a small town cute fall book. There's like, I don't think there's anything to it. I do also have to say, and I'm actually curious, English teachers, do you really think, because right now in English we are analyzing The Hobbit and why J.R.R. Tolkien chose certain words. I think that we think too much, and we're reading definitely too much into these things, and it drives me insane when the teacher gets mad at you because you don't have the same exact opinion or point as her. That just drives me a little tiny bit insane. But basically what I'm saying is that I don't think that some people, like, I think some of the words that J.R.R. Tolkien chose, and he didn't choose it for a foreshadow or for explaining something that's going to happen. I don't think he did it for the mood or the whatever. I think he just chose it because that was either a word that they used at the time or just stuff. I just think we think too much into it, okay? And then, of course, which was also what I heard, that Stephen King took an interpretation of his class, like, of his books, like a class, and he failed it because, again, they thought too much of it. They probably, I don't even know what words does he use. I forget what words words he describes to use, but it's like he just used a word because he thought that was fun. Okay, some authors pick and choosing for a reason. I don't think no author goes into a book going, okay, I'm gonna choose this for this. Like, I don't think no author does that. But hey, you know what? To each your own. I think we can think of it too much. But anyway, except I'm reading this into my bookstore. I am enjoying it so far. And again, I do have to say it's definitely interesting. The different movies. I mean, again, I just think these books are a nice one to get into a nice mood for, like a good mood, or like a fall mood, or just getting that fall cozy spirit. So I mean, there's that. I'm also going to be reading a couple other fall books as well. I do have to say, I do love fall. Hey, I'm definitely a fall girly, but I'm also definitely a winter girly more than I am a fall girly. I do love Halloween. I love Halloween. Okay, I love watching horror movies. I love horror movies. I recently watched Terrifier. So basically, if you followed me on Sheer Nerd, I unbox a lot of Terrifier signed Funko Pops, by basically most of them being Daniel Roebuck, but recently a couple other ones, and I've always said how I just like went backwards and I haven't watched the first one because the second one and the third one was a little disturbing, and they were. The first one I did end up watching last night. A little scary, a little disturbing, creepy. Just creepy. But it does definitely grow on me. It has grown on me and stuff. I do have to say, though, the girl was very... I don't understand, like, why... Oh, what was her name? I think her name was Dawn, who was friends with Tara. why would you be mad at you? Why would you like your best friend if you're sitting there going like, oh, just don't think about it, don't think too much into it. Like, I didn't really like Dawn because she was kind of getting annoyed and didn't like compress or basically sit there and say like concerns about her friend Tara that she had. Also, I'm sorry, but I really would be scared too if there was this clown who didn't speak, who stared at me, grinned at me, and just kept staring at me. I would definitely look over my shoulder a lot. But anyway, I watched the first one. I have not watched Hallows Eve yet. My dad was a little sad because I did watch it without him. I probably should have waited to watch it with him and not in my scary dark room. That was a little scary, okay? A little teeny tiny bit scary. Yeah. But there was that. That was like just like a teeny tiny bit scary, okay? Okay. I also have to say, one weird thing about me is I love killer clowns. Which I do always have to say is if I was older, so apparently the movie seemed like it came out like in 2015, 2016. I do have to say if I was older then, I would have probably watched it because I love Pennywise. I love it so much. And I've always also said this because I have so much horror merch, so much horror like just stuff, and I'm just like always been curious on what they're going, like if any of them did come into my room, or if they did come into my room, like what would they do? Like how would they react? We know Terrifier, he'll just, kill you worse if you've seen the third one. But the thing for me is I think they would all be more jealous of Pennywise because I have a lot of Pennywise merch. I love Pennywise. He's my favorite horror movie monster, my favorite horror movie thing. Any single year for Halloween, I get too much Pennywise stuff. Too much of that. But I just would wonder. And then I also have like a lot of Michael stuff too. I do like Michael. I like Jason. I like the classic ones. I think my favorite definitely it. My favorite horror movie is it. But I like watching Halloween. I like watching, Friday the 13th. Then Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street. I like watching that stuff, but very fun. I also love reading horror books. That's definitely one thing I like. I do have to say my taste in genres and stuff is so wide. Like, I love so many things. It's like so bad because and the thing is they're all so vastly different. Like, I like Disney. I love Harry Potter. I love horror. Those are like three vastly different things, and it just keeps getting progressively worse, and they're just so, not even worse, just like kind of a little scarier, or like a little intenser, or I don't even know how to explain it. But there's that. But it's just it's just who I am and stuff like that. It is also interesting because I can fall asleep during a horror movie, and I've always thought this is very interesting. I can watch a horror movie, and I can easily fall asleep during it. Like, if I watch a horror movie, I actually fallen asleep watching a horror movie one time. But I cannot watch true crime at all. I just don't understand how people can and don't get scared. I think because I know that it happened, and I know that this, it truly happened, whereas Nightmare on Elm Street, no one is really going to kill me in my dreams, or like a Pennywise, there's going to be no one in a sewer trying to kill me. I know that for Jason, there's not going to be someone who is going to haunt a camp. I know for Michael, but it just, for me, it seems so real for me for true crime. So I don't like true crime. I do not care about that stuff. I do like scary things though. I love scary stuff. And honestly, I just cannot wait to watch The Conjuring. I'm so sad. I'm also excited because this is going to be my first Conjuring film. And sadly my last Conjuring film that I got to see in the movies. I remember when, I think it was Annabelle Came Home, or the last Annabelles. I remember I really, really wanted to go to that movie, and I forget how old I was. When did that movie come out? When did Annabelle Comes Home? There we go. Annabelle. That's how you spell Annabelle. Comes Home. That came out in 2019, so I was 10 years old. So I shouldn't have watched it, but I just really wanted to watch it, okay? And I was sad I'm just sad I wasn't able to watch it. But, you know, hey. I do feel bad because I did watch it finally, but McKenna Grace, who plays Judy, and McKenna Grace has played in so many different shows, like Young Sheldon, Fuller House, like she's just played in so many different things. I do feel bad for her because she always plays this smart, nerdy kid. Like, it just seems like that's the character that she plays and only plays. Like, in Ghostbusters, she plays like a nerdy, very smart kid. And Sheldon, she did the same thing. Like, I just think it's so, and not like I'm saying it's like a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's very, very interesting that they would. Also, can please someone explain to me why the Warners thought it'd be a great idea to leave these possessed items in their basement? Like, you're just inviting this to come. Like, I'm surprised this hasn't happened before. Like, you're inviting someone to come in, stir something up, and you're just inviting that. Why? Just why? Just why? I don't get it. I do not get it. Like, at all. But, yeah, you know what? That's me. That's just, you know, me. I have to say, though, there was definitely for Terrifier, because, you know, when you look up movies, they show up thing. For Terrifier 2, I think, if I'm right, that was definitely a very long period. So, 2016. So, if I was older. Oh, that was a long period of it. I don't understand it, because it was like, just, ugh, y'all. Why? And wow, Hall Hallows Eve was before that. Oh, there's gonna be Terrifier 4. When is that gonna be out? Just, nope. Oh boy. Oh dear. I wonder when Terrifier 4 is coming about. Definitely is going to have to watch that. It looks like Terrifier 4 might be the last one. Wow, so it's gonna come out next year. In 2020? So I don't know. I actually didn't believe that because that was like a Facebook thing. Okay. I have to look this thing up. So, I don't know. Okay, so is anyone like on John Cena's Instagram? I don't know. Some of these things are just weird. Like, why is there like a Laker Joker? Like, some of these things I'm so confused. I remember, who was it? Oh god, I'm so confused. Anyway, so it seems like that is going to be it for today's episode. This one's going to be a little shorter than normal. Basically, some of these, they're not going to be the same amount of time like most of them, but that was the first podcast episode, so I do hope that you guys subscribe and stay tuned for next week. I don't know when it's going to come out next week, but you'll see. You're probably going to get updates on the Dallas Cowboys, because I will definitely be more updated on the Cowboys, probably some NFL teams, probably give you an update on like what happened in the NFL, updates on basically my encountering my school year, just basically things that's just happening in my life. That's what you're going to be getting in this podcast, updates on that. So that is it for you guys. Enjoyed this very first podcast or episode. I hope you guys have a good day, good weekend, good weekday, whenever you've seen this. So good.